but it was to no avail. A tremendous win for India, their first ever at Lord's, and the first one for Kapil Dev as skipper. India beat England in the first Cornhill Test match here at Lord's by 5 wickets. The second Test match, England and India at Headingley. A marvellous day weather-wise. Blue skies, temperature around about 70 degrees, and a promise of more good weather as the game goes along. Well, India struck the first blow in this match. They won the Test match at Lord's, and here today they won the toss, and Kapil Dev decided to bat on what looked to be an absolute belter of a pitch. The two teams, England had to make a change at the last moment. David Gower couldn't play. He still has that shoulder injury sustained at Lord's during the first Test match. Chris Smith of Hampshire comes into the side, and out of the 14 players originally nominated go Ellison and Edmonds. So Chris Smith coming back into Test cricket because David Gower is unable to play. And India, Mahinda Ramanath is injured, Chetan Sharma is injured, Madan Lal comes in from the Central Lancashire League team, Ashton Underline, and Chandrakant Pandit is in the side as well. So big changes, and a change as well in the leadership of England. Mike Gatting is skipper for the first time. He lost the toss when Kapil Dev called correctly. We pick up play now with the very first ball of the match. Graham Dilley is coming in from the football stand end, and taking strike is Sunil Gavaskar.
Off the mark. Now that hit Wilf Slack at short square leg. There's a full toss. Now when Brian Close fielded like that, very close to the bat, he used to shout, "Catch it," the moment the ball hit him, very often on the head. But that might have gone anywhere. Here's John Lever, back in Test cricket. His last Test match was in 1981. Lever to Shrikant. Oh, beautiful shot, lovely shot. Gentle half volley, opened the face and sent it screaming square on the offside. Oh, outside edge, and that's a very lucky 4 runs to Shrikant. Colin Cowdrey alongside Alan Smith, the England Test selector. Another full toss, and that's quickly gone to square leg. In any case, there is a down-the-hill feeling about that ground towards the pavilion, but if you bowl a full toss on leg stump to Sunil Gavaskar, it gets there even quicker. John Lever returns after a long time. He comes in now to bowl to Sunil Gavaskar. Beautifully played. Alan Lamb. Alan Lamb might be thought lucky to hold on to his place in this England side. Badly in need of some runs, but then to take all the experience out of the batting lineup, hardly be wise. Oh, super shot. Well, this is a tough return to Test cricket for John Lever.
And the hallmark of a great batsman. Absolute minimum of movement from Gavaskar at the crease. He decides to play that stroke, just the front foot out, as close to the pitch of the ball as possible, and a lovely follow-through. Super delivery from Dilley, getting the ball up there, a little bit of movement away from the bat, and Shrikant well beaten.
Oh, no ball called. Tragedy for Dilley. A slip catch so easily taken at second slip by Graham Gooch, but the cry was unmistakable. No ball.
Having been guilty of the crime myself, I can tell you how dreadful a feeling that is.
Pringle has been going through some more strenuous exercises there at first slip, alongside the newly shorn Graham Gooch. Pringle has a list of exercises. Most make Alan Knott's pale into insignificance. Good shot. It was a delightful stroke. Real textbook stuff from one of the greatest players the cricket world has ever seen.
Derek Pringle coming on at the rugby football stand end. He was...
That's what we like about this fella. Went almost the same place as the one from Gavaskar in the last over, but quite a difference in technique. This one was hit very much on the up. Some very happy men up there today, where the team has got away to such a good start. .50 up for India, only 94 balls bowled.
A dasher, Chris Shrikant. Not a half volley, he just hits it on the up. Very, very good start by India. Positive right from the first ball.
Yes, Pringle's got him, Shrikant has gone. Always likely to happen, he's such an entertaining player. You always have a chance with him, but he can also demolish a bowling attack. Now Pringle has taken the first wicket, and England have a little bit of relief out there. 64 for 1.
Yes, and I think this is a sign of frustration for Shrikant, I think. Nowhere near a half volley. He tries to whip it through wide of mid-on, and the ball bounces just a fraction, and he just lobs it very gently to John Embry.
Gavaskar is 30 not out. Shastri just about to face Pringle. Gatting has brought in a short backward square as well as the very close in forward square.
And David Constant warning Pringle there for running on the wicket. He's informed the other umpire as well, and also the captain. We don't want to lose, or England don't want to lose a bowler for running on the wicket. So John Embry now to Sunil Gavaskar.
Fine stop. Graham Gooch at backward short leg.
Beautifully played. You see the way he rolls his wrists as he plays it? Brilliantly picked up by Graham Gooch.
Oh, that's it. That's out. Again, the result of good tight bowling from Derek Pringle and Sunil Gavaskar. Just tempted to fence away outside the off stump. It's a first victim in Test cricket for Bruce French. And so Gavaskar goes. Caught French, bowled Pringle.
What a terrific bonus this is for England. See how wide that is? And he wasn't even trying to hit it either. Just paddling it. And Bruce French is off the mark. And I must say the little man was looking very dangerous to me. And a real surprise when he played a shot like that.
DILIP VENGSARKAR is the new batsman. So Embury comes in to bowl to Shastri. That looked like John Embury's springer, the one that goes with the arm.
Yes, a lot quicker. You see it swinging, little edge, just going between the short legs.
And that's the other gear I talked about with Ravi Shastri. The most magnificent six hit over deep mid-wicket. Almost seems to have no second and third gear, but first and top are going pretty well.
Marvellous strike this. He's decided it's going to go. There's no one out, so it's a fairly safe shot.
VENGSARKAR, yes, to face a ball from Embury. So oh, good effort by Embury and beautifully stopped by Smith.
VENGSARKAR beaten in the flight here. See how high that one goes up. Driving just wide of John Embury. Great effort there.
Well, 4 more overs were bowled up to the luncheon interval. 92 for 2 was the score then. Shastri starting to play some handsome strokes. VENGSARKAR hadn't really got going, but didn't look to be in any real trouble either. The 2 wickets, Gavaskar 35 and Srikanth 31. A nice bonus for Derek Pringle, who bowled extremely well for 9 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 19. I thought Dilly bowled pretty well for much of the time also, just 13 from 6 overs. Lever, hard to believe he was nervous, but I think he might have been, 8 overs for 38. We pick up play now after lunch. The first ball of the 5th over. 7 runs have been added by the 2 Indian batsmen, and it's John Lever coming in to bowl to Ravi Shastri. Two to Ravi Shastri. 100 up for India. 100 came up in 215 balls faced. The second 50 in 121. That'll beat Dilly. Very powerful on the leg side, Ravi Shastri. Fine leg glance there. He's been taking the ball away from off his pads.
It's certainly been a fault of the England bowlers straying onto leg stump. And Shastri getting that one away nice and fine. Graham Dilly having no chance down at long leg.
John Embury has spun the ball in the period from when he came on to bowl up to the luncheon interval. He was never anywhere near the pitch of that. Got it away between 2 men in the infield. It's gone for 4. I suspect he was deceived in the flight there. Well, there's a better shot. There's a lovely free swing of the bat. Doesn't matter that this ground is slightly on the small side. You could have had a full-size ground. That would have been way over the top.
VENGSARKAR using the first shot as a sighter, this time getting right to the pitch of it.
Well, it might just have reached Pringle, or it might just have bounced in front of him. Certainly on its way down.
I think it just got there, Richie, did it? No, not quite. Just bouncing in front of Pringle.
And to take up the attack now, Graham Dilly. There's a good shot before. Anything that beats that infield today will run down the hill very fast indeed. Big leg break there from Graham Dilly. And deliberate too. His fingers quite clearly came over the top of the ball there. Very well bowled. And there's the third wicket down. Ravi Shastri tempted again by that leg cutter from Graham Dilley. 3 times in the last over he bowled it magnificently. Now the 4th time he struck. And another wicket for England. Shastri, what a valuable effort from Graham Dilley out there, and very well caught by Pringle at first slip.
Dilley's bowled superbly since being brought back into the attack, and that time Derek Pringle just getting those long fingers underneath the ball and taking a very fine catch.
And taking strike is Azharuddin.
Number of times outside off stump. Graham Dilley's had them playing a missing today. He finds that line just outside off stump. He's got the leg cutter going. Full toss, 4 runs. Well, that hit slack at short square leg. That must have hurt. It really came off the middle of the bat. No, has that done him any damage? Instep, left foot, very painful. Good shout. Very confident shout by John Lever against Mohammad Azharuddin.
I don't think there's too much doubt about this pitching outside the leg stump.
Graham Gooch is the bowler, and he's bowling to Azharuddin. Beautiful stroke. That'll race away from the fielder. A respite there for Mohammad Azharuddin. Don't mind them having a free look at the game, but I hope no one slips and slides up there. This looks a bit dangerous to me. But then, I'm 55 years of age, not 16. Graham Gooch has been brought on. There are only 4 bowlers in the England side, 4 front-line bowlers. Graham Gooch has been brought on, had 6 taken from the first over.
It's a little bit ambitious. Didn't really bounce very high, in fact. I think that's the only reason VENGSARKAR missed it.
Now, umpire Constant is having a word with Pringle about running on the pitch. It's not an official warning. He's already had one of those. If he gets another one, then there's real problems out there. Taking strike is Azharuddin. Not far, yes, indeed. LBW, and I reckon he only played forward a matter of a few inches there, as though he was caught in no man's land by Graham Gooch. Not even certain he was attempting to play a stroke.
No. Half forward, a little push. And right in the middle of the pad, just hitting the off stump. The reserve keeper coming in now to bat, Pandit.
It's a lovely piece of cricket all round. Wasn't all that bad a ball. It was a marvellous shot and a great piece of fielding.
The fine batsman this man is. Timed that beautifully.
Here's Pringle again. 168 for 4 now. Chris Smith is the fielder. That's well done. Didn't go over the rope. Nicely fielded. In fact, the fielding had been a feature of that session between lunch and tea. The fielders backing up those bowlers listed there and keeping the runs down very well indeed for Mike Gatting. VENGSARKAR 47 not out, Chandrakant Pandit 9 not out, India 174 for 4, and an outstanding spell of bowling from Graham Dilley. Bowled his leg cutter very well, 1 for 27 in 12. And Pringle, I thought, was very good, 14 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 25. Here's the first over after tea now. 1 run has been added. John Lever is the bowler, and DILIP VENGSARKAR is taken straight.
It's a good start by John Lever, straight after tea. VENGSARKAR playing a missing outside off stump. So Lever to Pandit. Struck that well. A gap left there at mid-on. Well, that's a good blow. Makes the boundary up the hill. And that's VENGSARKAR's 50. A half-century made not without a certain amount of playing and missing, but he still has the patience and the technique to play straight. So Lever to Pandit. Ooh, very close to his stumps that. Chandrakant Pandit.
And no luck at all for John Lever. Pandit just dragging that one past leg stump, perilously close.
So Dilley to VENGSARKAR. Cracking shot. Beautifully played.
This is a lovely stroke from VENGSARKAR.
So a leg by brings up the 200. Well, Derek Pringle, after 25 minutes loosening up, fails to bend down to stop a simple single.
And he's gone. Lever takes a wicket. VENGSARKAR goes for 61, 203 for 5, and that is a vital breakthrough for England. With the new ball not so many overs away.
Just as India are getting into a position of control, John Lever finds this one, which leaves VENGSARKAR straightforward outside edge to Bruce French.
New batsman is Kapil Dev, 203 for 5. And he's gone. Lever's on a hat-trick. Kapil Dev, LBW. Lever got VENGSARKAR, and then Kapil Dev with the very next ball with an in-swinger. Wouldn't say the Indian captain look delirious about the decision. But he has a smile of sorts, and certainly John Lever is smiling very broadly.
Complete change of fortune for Lever. I think Kapil Dev thought he got further forward than that. But he's hardly got out of the popping crease, and that was certainly hitting the stumps.
Only 2 other hat-tricks at Leeds in the history of the game where Test matches have been played. J.T. Hearn, England against Australia 1899, and Peter Loader, England against West Indies in 1957. Lever and Roger Binney survives. David Gower will be a very disappointed man today. He wasn't able to take his place in the side. That shoulder problem sustained when he slid into the fence at Lord's trying to save a boundary has come against him, and Chris Smith has taken his place in the England side. That's a very good stroke from Roger Binney. That'll go quickly once it gets on that hard area out there through extra cover. Pringle, 17 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 28. That's very good bowling. He's not fast, but he's bowled an extremely good line and length here. Well caught. Very nice. Good cricket there by Pringle, the bowler, and by the man at first slip, John Embury.
Well, a lot of good catches in the England side these days. Had slanted in and then left him a little bit off the wicket. He was trying to run it down through third man. A little outside edge, and John Embury picking up a good catch there.
John Embury and Mike Gatting chatting away. The spinner bowled all the time from the football ground end earlier. Oh, well done. Lovely piece of cricket there from Wolf Slack. Great reflex action. Well bowled by Embury. Spun that quite sharply. Looked like inside edge onto pad.
Bit of flight, a bit of spin, inside edge, and a marvellous catch by Wolf Slack. Very, very good cricket indeed. And Roger Binney making his way back home. Caught Slack, bowled Embury.
Moray, the keeper, comes out to bat at number 10. Now it's Mutton Lull. That's a good shot. Mutton Lull.
It's not really a half volley, but all these Indian batsmen swing the bat pretty straight.
4 wickets fell for 10 in that little spell that rejuvenated the England side and their chances as well.
That's high, it's in the air. To be fair, it wasn't a catch from Mike Gatting. He did his very best.
Touch of panic here from Moray, having a swish at that. Top edge, and Mike Gatting never quite getting there. Wasn't a chance at all.
Yes, I know, I could see it, I thought it was there. And then suddenly, it was a mile away. Pringle is the bowler. Moray is the batsman. Good ball. Did it do too much?
Whatever happened, it was certainly a very good delivery. Oh, that jagged back and just missing the leg stump.
Well, there are prettier sights in Leeds. Oh, that's well bowled. Now, we've seen a lot of that today. The ball moving off the seam, leaving the batsman. And better players than Kieran Moray finding himself up the wrong line.
That really is a beautiful delivery. My goodness. I think Sir Jack Hobbs might have had trouble touching that one.
And the light is good enough, according to Mike Gatting, because he's decided that it's time to give Graham Dilley a final burst at the Indian tail. Ooh, and that certainly came off first ball. The whole idea, the whole scheme was to keep Kieran Moray, the keeper, down that end, bring back Dilley with a final blast.
And even after 88 overs, that ball's still swinging.
That's a familiar sight, Tom.
He keeps bowling leg breaks. See that pitched fairly short, round off stump, and moved off the seam.
4 more runs added to take India's total at the end of the first day to 235 for 8. Mudden Lull and Kieran Moray have stuck around out there. 12 to Mudden Lull, 11 to Kieran Moray. It's quite a consistent scoreline there for India all the way down. And it was a fascinating day of Test cricket. Only 235 runs scored, but it was a day of fluctuation. And the bowlers did a wonderful job for England. Graham Dilley was very unlucky, I thought. He kept going past the outside edge with his leg cutter. Finished up with only 1 for 40. Lever struck back after some early hammering, 2 for 86. And Pringle, I thought, joined Dilley as being the best of the England attack. 23 overs, 5 maidens, 3 for 40. Embury got some turn, it's a slow turn without bounce, and Gooch did his job as the 5th bowler, coming in to take the 1 wicket. Quickly today,